Different words describe different people. But in the eyes of the law, there's one that fits us all. Human right number 7. We're all equal before the law. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
I'm Sonya.
I'm Ebong.
And I'm Kate.
And today we're dishing with you from the new Pong Dim Sum located at 900 7th Street Northwest. And I'm still waiting for my kumquat mojito. I don't even know what that looks like, but I can't wait.
But maybe something will bloom out of it. Like
mine is blooming, and it's going to continue to bloom throughout the entire thing. So we're going to.
Looks like a commercial.
It might be a commercial. Yeah. Someday. Today we're also joined by Katie Martin, who is the CEO of Elegance and Simplicity, which is a wedding expo that's going to be happening here tomorrow, February 6th. We are so happy to have you join us because this is the time when love is in the air and people are getting married, and there's also a lot of craziness and frenzied stuff going on because they're trying to get their invitations out, they're trying to find their dress, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with their hair, and you're the one that makes them understand that all of that can be elegant and simple.
That's exactly what I do. I try to just make things easier for people. I think a lot of people, when they get engaged, they just get so overwhelmed. They have this long 3-page list that they tear out of a magazine, and they go, how many of these things can I check off the list immediately? And it's impossible. Wedding planning is, when you're planning a wedding, it's a process. And I think people go to wedding shows to get some information, get to meet the vendors, see if they're going to be compatible with them. And because you really need to get along with everyone that you're working with, because it's a crazy day. You want to make sure you like those people.
It's supposed to be the best day of your life. I've heard.
Yes, it was for me.
I've never been married. You're married.
I'm married. It was the best day of my life, but I think a lot of people fall into that trap of like they see the Oprah, O balls and the celebrity weddings, and they go, "That's what I want." But realistically, people can't have that, and it's not really wise to do that either. So what are you helping them with in terms of making it the event of their lifetime, but not making it cost into a lifetime?
Well, I think my main focus is just to say, look, what is your budget? And then we work people into that budget. I mean, there's all different types of brides and grooms in the city. They could be, people that are spending $10,000 on their wedding or $300,000 on their wedding. And so it really depends on what the person's style is, their budget. And a lot of brides and grooms come to me for eco-friendly weddings and for mid to high-end weddings.
And that's what we have here. We have your eco-beautiful wedding dress. So tell us a little bit about why I get to sit in front of it. Is it because I would look like I fit into this dress?
It's a lime green.
Yes, exactly. Well, Eco Beautiful Weddings is the first ever eco-friendly magazine for weddings, and we are giving away this Hot Bride $2,500 tour gown.
Wow.
And tomorrow, so make sure you come. And basically the whole entire magazine is about taking every single aspect of a wedding and learning how to make it go green.
What's the hardest part to go green? You think the dress?
Well, the dress, the invitations, is that hard?
It's not hard with invitations because you can get PCW, post-consumer waste, papers and recycled paper, and you can do it yourself. There's all sorts of things you can do. I think the hardest part and that's the worst in the environment is transportation. And the
walking.
Walk to your wedding, bike to your wedding.
Sweat at your wedding.
We had a bride that had people bike to their wedding, had pedicabs.
Oh wow.
And then they also
rickshaws.
You could
get married on the metro.
Yeah.
Ever seen that before?
Gross.
No, I've never seen that. On the metro.
But wouldn't you have one problem with going eco and trying to be eco chic is the cost? Because like you said, I mean you could use PWC, what would you call it? PCW.
Yeah,
close.
same thing.
PCW, PWC, PCW, blah, blah, blah. So PCW. So you have
He's
PCW.
an accountant.
I know, I used to work at PWC. So.
You know what? I used to be an accountant. I bet you're an accountant.
And then you woke up. Don't tell anybody. But no, the point I'm trying to make though, isn't it somewhat expensive sometimes to be eco?
More expensive than to just buy.
Yeah, just buy whatever's already there, canned.
The biggest misconception.
It was my conception.
What happens is that people say, gosh, I have to have an eco-friendly, that means I have to have organic food. And what people don't understand is that organic does not necessarily mean eco-friendly or sustainable. I could get organic plums that come from Japan. But if I get a locally grown fruit. Instead, it's so much more eco-friendly than flying in tons and tons and tons of fruits and vegetables from all over the world. And so we just try to tell people, like, interview and taking the time with each vendor and say, what are you doing to give back to the community? Because a big part of being green is social justice. So it's not just about the ingredients they're using, the suppliers they're using, but what are they doing to really make a difference both locally and globally? Because some of them are doing carbon offsetting, some of them are giving back to inner city kids, and they're actually making a difference in the community. And so a lot of brides and grooms were interviewed over the past year finding out what is the biggest deal that bothers you about a wedding. I want my wedding to go to a greater good. More than 60% of brides were interviewed by Martha Stewart Weddings magazine. And what that means is that they want to know that their money is going to the right vendor. Like the museum. Like Green Building. Yes, Green Building. But they also know it's going back to educational projects. Like you all educate the whole entire world on news.
So are you bringing together local vendors so that people can see that they can be green by hiring people that are local here in the area?
Yeah, I run the DC Green Wedding Consortium, and I also run the US Green Wedding Consortium as well as Eco-Beautiful Weddings. We are the world's leader in eco-friendly weddings. We actually help educate other event professionals on how to go green.
So we can find everything we need for a wedding at this expo. You can find florists, you can find invitations. I mean, just run down some of the things that you think of when you have to put a wedding together.
Well, we have wedding planners, photographers, videographers. We have Julianne Smith, who you met with.
The Garter Girl.
The Garter Girl. She's coming, and she has green garters. And then we have caterers and lighting, and LED lighting, all sorts of things. It's not a green wedding.
Hair? What about hair?
They don't use aerosol hairspray. It's
all sorts of people.
Oh wow!
Any person that you would need for your wedding, you can go green with.
And even if you weren't aware that you may need them, by going to the expo, you may actually be reminded that, hey, I may actually need something.
Where is the expo being held?
It is going to be at the Decatur House. It is at 1610 H Street. I think what is really interesting is that people want to make a difference with their wedding, and they can make a difference with vendors. And by just asking the question, they can help vendors just go green themselves.
And not just with their wallets.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, if you're getting ready for a wedding, or if you just are
if you just got engaged, because this is big engagement time,
or you're caught up in the spirit of February and love and everything going on, you too can visit the Elegance and Simplicity Wedding Expo tomorrow, February 6th at the Decatur House.
And you have a chance to win this dress, don't forget.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks so much.
And you, thanks for being with us as well. Don't forget to join us on Wednesday as we talk with Abba Boni Kuau of the Abba Agency.